A tragedy at a theme park in Florida where a teenager died after falling from a ride. That boy has been identified as Tyre Samson, a 14-year-old from St. Louis County. Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Michelle Lee. This happened last night on a ride called Free Fall at Orlando's Icon Park. The Orange County Sheriff says it's not clear how Samson fell out of his seat, but an investigation is now underway. The sheriff says this seems like it was just a very tragic accident. Tyre Sampson's death has obviously left his family, friends, and teammates all heartbroken. And tonight, our Robert Townsend sat down with his father. Robert.
Michelle, Yarnell Sampson says he feels as if his world has suddenly stopped. He cannot believe his son is now gone.
It's still the worst day of my life. It ain't gonna stop.
Tears fill his eyes. He's seemingly at a loss for words.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yarnell Sampson says he's living a nightmare that shattered his world.
I want to know what happened to my son.
His 14-year-old son, Tyre Samson, died after falling from a ride at an amusement park in Orlando Thursday night.
He changed my life. Gave me something to live for. That was the best thing God could have gave me.
He says at just 8 years old, his son, everyone called Big Tick, fell in love with football. Tyre later excelled on the field and in the classroom.
He was doing his training videos. He started working out.
The 6'5", 325-pound eighth grader was a straight-A student and looking forward to playing football for East St. Louis High School in the fall. Tyre also played for Bad Boys, a nationally ranked youth football program based out of St. Louis.
He was a very good, charismatic young man. His friends will tell you, family will tell you, anybody involved in a young man he touched.
I call him a gentle giant.
Their gentle giant who dreamed of perhaps becoming a professional football player.
And I think he was the next big thing coming out of St. Louis.
Gone too soon.
Well, he was big and body, but in his heart, he was just still a kid.
And I just appreciate I had him as my son. I wish I was here to tell him I love him.
Tyre Samson was a student at City of Garden Montessori School. Now, in a letter sent to families, the school's executive director expressed condolences to Sampson's family and friends. On Monday, counselors will be at that school helping students and staff cope with the sudden loss.
Unimaginable.
Yo, it's your boy King Marko in the building. Here to give y'all some game. Want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on IG, follow me on Twitter. Let's get into it. Well, sad situation, y'all. Really is. Seemed like this man had a lot of promise in him. He's only 14 years old. It's a sad situation for everybody. It really is. I have mixed feelings about this whole situation. There's a few things that I want to talk to you guys about. And I want to talk about the whole who's right and who's wrong and who's at fault. And to be honest with you, it was just an accident. And really sometimes there's really no one to blame. And I know some people might say, well, oh, it's the amusement park's fault. They should have been more, cognizant of making sure everybody was safe and secure. There's probably some truth to that. I can understand that. There is some negligence there. But we got to be fair. At the court of law, if they take this thing to trial, they will say that there's some negligence on the 14-year-old. They will say that. They're gonna definitely bring that out in the courtroom, saying that a 14-year-old should know, if he's safe and secure on a roller coaster. Okay, because the number one important thing when riding a roller coaster is safety. And most people want to ride a roller coaster, and they all want to live through that roller coaster. Okay, so the number one thing is safety. This is not the first time that he was on a roller coaster. As a matter of fact, he kept getting denied in that same amusement park. Okay, he was getting denied. I don't even know how he got in there. Maybe that's part of negligence there. Okay, maybe that was negligence. But to be honest with you, it's they looked at him because he's 6'5", 320 pounds. Okay, he's 6'5", 320 pounds. Most people that are 6'5", 320 pounds, man, they grown. Rarely do you see a 14-year-old that's 6'5", 320 pounds. So he might have not looked, he might have been 14, but he might not look 14. There are some kids out there that look real grown out here. And when they looked at him, they automatically assumed that he was 18, 19 years old, because that's how most 18, 19-year-olds look who are that size. They look 6'5", 320 pounds. Okay, he already had a man's body, but he was already 14. Okay, that's all he was. And so they might not have looked at him thoroughly. And so that's where the negligence comes into play. They might not have known he was 14 years old. I've grown up with guys that were in junior high school, and man, they looked like they was 25 years old. I done seen some guys be in high school and look older than the coach, look older than the teacher. We've seen that for some reason. So they might not have thought that he was 14. Okay. Now, where the court, where the defendants, the amusement park, they will say that being on that ride that he was, all you had to do was pull the thing down and snap it in, and he never did. So at 14 years of age, does a 14-year-old know that, hey, this thing ain't snapping in, so since it can't snap in, I can't get on this ride? Isn't a 14-year-old supposed to know at least that? That's what they'll argue. They'll argue that a 14-year-old should have enough wherewithal to know that, hey, I'm not built to ride this ride. I can't ride this ride because the seatbelt won't fasten. That's what they'll argue. Okay, parents do not walk around in parks with their children when they're at the amusement parks. We know what the parents do. They pay for the tickets. They had a little snack pack. They had a little blanket, and they have all their little things that they need, and they tell their kids goodbye. I'll see you at 4:00, or I'll see you at 6:00. And the kids just go off. So that means that the 14-year-old should be responsible enough to ride that roller coaster and make sure that he's properly, fastened into that roller coaster seat. Okay, that's what they do. Okay, and he was not. That's what they'll argue. So if I believe that the parents do deserve a settlement, but I would not be a person that would try to go for the gusto. If you think you're going to get $100 million for this, you're not going to get $100 million for this. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. Not going to get $50 million awarded to you. Not for this case. Because there's negligence on both sides. That's what they're going to say. Now, I believe that a settlement needs to be made because there is some negligence on behalf of the amusement park. Okay? They did some things that was totally wrong. But there's I wouldn't be saying I want $100 million. No. And I don't like Ben Crump on this case. Okay? I really don't. Because with him now, to me, my personal opinion, with him on the case, it makes it look like a money grab. That's what it does. And people won't sit there and say, oh, Marko, you hating. I'm not hating. This is real. Okay? This looks, to me, it looks like a money grab. Okay? It really does. And when I say this stuff, I can just prove it. Okay? I can prove it. Take a look at this. Ben Crump citing a lack of diversity. Ben Crump pushes for a key role in the Astro World case. Okay? Take a look at this. He has bullied his way onto this Astro World case simply because there were no black lawyers on this case. And since the victims are black, there needs to be some sort of black representation as well. So you mean to tell me that the white lawyers won't get the black families paid either? Is that what you're saying? He bullied his way onto this case just so he can, secure him a percentage of this lawsuit. Okay, that's what he did. That's what he just did. Okay, he didn't have to be on this case, but since he knows that this is going to be a big settlement for Astro World, because it is going to be a big settlement one day, whenever that is, he secured himself a percentage. So that looks like about with the Astro World, they probably going to settle for about 50 million, 60 million. Lawyers get these days in big cases like this, they get 30, 40%. So if they secure, that's $20 million. He try to secure himself at least like $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 minimum on that case, all because there was no black attorneys on that's to represent them. That's why I say this shit is a money grab with Ben Crump. Okay, and if they don't get 20, $30 million, they might walk off with 3. Ben Crump walks away with 40%. Okay, he walks away with damn near half of that shit, $1.2 million. That's what he's gonna take. That's what they're gonna get. He's not. You think Ben Crump is calling on the phone trying to represent them, for nothing? He's not doing this for nothing. He's doing this to get paid. And this looks like about $5 million. That's what it looks like. And he wants 40% of that, which is 2. Okay? That's what happens. Okay? And then on top of that, now the family, look at it from this perspective. The mama and the daddy, they ain't together. Okay? They're not together. So after the $2 million is paid, now you got to split the rest of the money, the $3 million. They're getting $1.5 million. And it's going to be a whole bunch of fighting in between all that shit. Whole bunch of fighting with this. Okay? At the end of the day, they might walk away with $500,000 if they lucky. And Ben Crump walks away with $2 million. Free and clear. That's all Ben Crump wants. He's an ambulance / meat wagon chaser. That's what he is. Okay, and I hope they don't turn this into a racial thing, because that's another problem. That's another reason why I wouldn't have Ben Crump on my case. He would turn this somehow into a racial thing. He already did it with the Astro World case, bullying his way on there just so he can get a payday. He want to make sure that the black lawyer gets paid. He don't give a damn about the people itself. He just want to make sure that he gets his cut on a big time settlement. He bullied his way. That's what he did. Okay. So this whole Tyre Samson thing, to my personal opinion, is starting to turn into a money grab. Okay. And if I'm the family, I'll be kind of skeptical on anything dealing with Ben Crump right now, because all he doing is looking for another payday. That's all this is. This is a payday for him. That's all I see. Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing that's gonna be a problem for all you people out there that love going to the amusement parks, Six Flags, Cedar Point, Disney World. I'm gonna tell you like this right in here, right now. Things are gonna change for you. All you parents that love taking your kids, taking little Johnny or little Susan to the amusement park, let me tell you something. All you parents are gonna have to be with your kids moving forward to ride those rides now. There will be no children allowed on a roller coaster without their parents. Okay? That's what this case, okay? That's what the attention this case is going to bring. The amusement parks are going to make sure that the parents are there for their children. That way they can take the blame off of them. Because if mommy was there, right, or daddy was there sitting right next to him, wouldn't the parent be so concerned about their children, making sure that they're safely into the roller coaster? I would say yes. And that's what the amusement parks are going to do. They're going to tell the mommy and daddy that you have to be with your children up to the age of 16, maybe 17, to go with them, to go on every roller coaster ride they want to ride on. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's what's going to happen. So your 16-year-old kid who wants to hang with their mama at Cedar Point or at Six Flags or Disney World? Who wants to hang with their mama and they 16 years old? Who's going to do it? But that's what's going to have to happen after the end of this case. If your kid is 16 years old, you better have your mama with you or your daddy with you or an adult with you. That's where it's going to end up being. No more sitting at the picnic table, laughing and giggling with your husband, laughing and giggling with your girlfriends and their husbands. And y'all got to go to work. Y'all gonna be walking with your kids at the amusement park. Y'all gonna be riding on every roller coaster because of this. If there's a big settlement, definitely gonna be some rule changing, and prices gonna be sky high even more. I can tell you that right now. If there's a major settlement, you better hope Ben Crump don't weasel his way into a $200 million settlement. Because if he do, man, prices for amusement parks all across the board are going to be high. Straight up. And going to be more rules in amusement parks now. Parents are going to have to go with their kids everywhere. They ain't going to let them go. They ain't going to let them ride off into the sunset, letting them do whatever they want to do. They ain't going to let them do that no more. They ain't going to be able to go free like that no more. The parents are going to have to be with the children every step of the way, especially when it comes to those rides. Moving forward, I want y'all boys to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for a play. It's your boy King Marko. I'm signing out.